Just got these gorgeous stained glass petals in. Lots of different colours. They come in 2 sizes. So I'm going to see how many little creations I can make out of just using the petals, flowers, and maybe some insects. Let's go. Okay, so the good thing about these is they're already pre-cut, 2 sizes, with a little bit of tweaking just by cutting some points off and maybe doing a little bit of angle cutting. We can get some really nice creations. These could be dragonfly wings or flower petals. Right, so let's see what we can start with. I'm going to start with a little sunflower. So I've got a 12mm black Smartie, some little yellow milleflores, which are very, very cute, and I'm using the larger stained glass petal, so I'm just cutting the point off. So these are just totally simple. And you're just going to continue around your flower. Got some pre-cut. So as I said, these are just very simple beginner's flowers. One sunflower. Right, let's move on to another one. So we're going to do some little bees. So I'm going to get a white, get a black, a yellow one. So I'm going to cut into 3s. Okay, I cut it on an angle, and that just gives you a nice little scoop. And that will now be his little bottom. Follow through with a yellow, so I'm just going to round the points of these ones off. So that's just the 4 points. And then the other black one. Same thing again, just round the points. And now we find a little head. Same thing again, I'm just going to hold my cutters on an angle to get a scoop. And that sits in there nicely. And now just for some wings, same thing again, I'm going to use the smaller stained glass petal, just cutting off the points, rounding it a little bit. And another one out the other side. You can put little legs on them if you want with your leftover scraps. So that is a nice little simple bee. You can always change it by putting another 2 wings either side, and that's going to give you a mid-flight bumblebee. Another little daisy flower. Get your larger petal, cut in half, round the points. Just soften the points. This can be done by holding your cutter on an angle. And I'm taking a little scoop out of the top. And then 1 out of the bottom. So that is now going to be 1 petal. Same thing again, a little bit off the bottom, rounding the top. Cut it on an angle to get a little scoop. Okay, next one we're going to do a sunflower. So I'm going to use a small black petal. That's going to be for the middle of our sunflower, and I'm going to find some nice yellow petals. Right, so, oops, I'm just going to put my cutter in the middle. Cutting a point off on a little bit of an angle. green one, we can cut some little tiny slivers, which will hopefully make some nice stems. Okay, and a couple of little green ones at the side can be your petals. So that's just a really simple little sunflower. Next thing we're going to do is dragonfly. Alright, I've got some 12mm Smarties. I'm going to cut in half. This will be for the dragonfly's body. Do what colour wings? I think we'll do white wings. So we're going to have a larger one at the top here, and on the other side, actually this iridized, and I'll get some smaller ones for the bottom. So this is a really simple one. Just do a little cut just so they snug in nicely. And you can even just leave those like that. I'm going to find the iridized one. There you go. And a little point for his tail. I'm thinking a nice purple bit at the end. A nice dark purple. This is the smaller one. And then cut us on an angle just to get that little shape out of there. And that is a very, very simple dragonfly. You can do a few tweaks with the wings. For example, you can use 2 larger ones. Same thing, just trim them down the bottom. And let's have a look. Maybe we're going to make him a bit different. We might put orange at the bottom. So these ones, I'm just putting my cutters in an angle. Same thing again. So you get that nice scoop. So that actually helps just to sit in there nicely. That. So that's just another way of doing his wings. Or you can go back to the smaller, very simple ones. Right, let's have a go. We've got water lily. Okay. 2 large gems. Water lilies can be any colour you want. Does not matter. Whatever you like. I'm going to start with some beautiful purpley pinky colour. And just play around with this general shape. As you can see, I want to put those in like that there. So there's either 2 ways. I can cut this scoop out like we did with the dragonfly wing. That sits in nicely. Same thing again, cut the green one for some thin stems. So just some crazy cuts, you just get all sorts out of here. And you can just pick through. This one might be perfect actually. I'm going to pop him up there. That now is your water lily. So you can have a play around, you can even add in some little another very simple one is a tulip. Let's have a look. Got a white one here, so I'm just taking out a bit on that side and a bit on this side. And that now fits in lovely there. Tulip, 2 little leaves. Let's do small ones. And our crazy stems that we cut, which come in handy. Here's a nice one here. So that's now like a little tulip. I'm sure there's lots more flowers that you can do, but that's just a start. Actually, there is one more. I like these little, I think they're like forget-me-nots. So same thing again, just cut the points off. Cut in half, same thing again, points off, and then half. rounding the little corners. So you're basically rounding it to a rough circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I think if you cluster these together in groups of 3, they look really, really cute. Pink would be nice too for little Japanese cherry blossoms. But we're doing blue ones today. So not fancy, not perfect, but they give you a nice little quirky flower. Might just put one more in. Ah, yes, one we've already cut. So these are quite cute. Little yellow centre. So I'm going to cut a little bit smaller. Stained glass just cuts and nibbles so nicely. You can really get some nice shapes. Alright,